All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. Kakas and dadas, dadas and kakas. Brothers and sisters all over the world. Habariza Sabui, Habariza Mchana, Habariza Gioni. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. The name of this channel is The African Times, and I'm Thomas. And yes, I am talking to each and every one of you all over the world. Normally, I would talk about Africa, and I'm going to talk about Africa, but it won't be right now. We got a little more pressing business that we have to deal with. I am going to talk to many of you about living in Africa, the experiences that I've been going through for the past 3 years. But before I get into that, I really need to address something that I've been meaning to address for a number of years now. It's come to my attention that many people really don't know who I'm talking about when I talk about my good brother, Grandmaster J, John Fitzgerald Johnson. Who is he? Why am I supporting him? Why am I a believer in the cause that he stands for? Who is this man that I'm talking about? This man who is the leader of an organization called NFAC. NFAC. Why do I say this man is the most important man in our history today? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about it. First, we have to address something. There were many of you who said very, very, very bad things about this man. Very bad things. Said this man was not really for the people. Said this man was an agent provocateur, working on behalf of the W's. The people who have nothing but bad intentions for your children. For you, for me, people that look like you and me. Well, I never really spoke on it. Never had the chance because I was pretty busy. So I think it's only fitting that I take the time right now, particularly because it's been 1 year. And this is the time that we celebrate this brother and honor this brother and what he's done for us. So let me briefly tell you who this man is. He's a man like you and me. He's a brother that has a mother and a family. Grew up a little boy, a little child like you and me. But he did something you and me and others like us, we didn't do. This brother stood up before the world and took on issues that most people refuse to take on. Leadership, character. When you stand up before the world and say that you are willing to lead the world, that's something that should be honored and respected. For example, take a look. Look at the clip. Okay, did you see the clip? This man ran for president of the United States. People, might say he's working for the white folks, he's doing this, he's doing that. Is his current situation reflective of an agent, provocateur? No. When you stand up and say that you're going to be a leader and you're going to lead people and you take that responsibility and you step forward, that's courage. That's honor. That's dignity. Look these words up. These things, noble acts. These are not just words, these are reflections of a person's character. This man stood up before everybody, all people, and said, listen, I care enough for the people, for the children, for the families, to put myself in the forefront to try to get the things that would be helpful to you so that you can survive as a people. All people. You see the clip. Now some of you say, oh yeah, see, that's what he's really about. No, it's really about all people. Let me give you an example. If you are an individual, which there are no individuals in the world, it doesn't exist, it's not even a real concept. If you're an individual and you live in an environment where there are demons around you, people who seek to do you harm, okay? Seek to do you harm. Then when you're an individual, all of those people around you, they can do great harm to you. Why? Because you're an individual. And they are not individuals. They operate in groups. Group economics. Group politics. Group militaries. So they can do great harm to you. So if you recognize that, like you want to be a person who's a lover of all the people. I certainly love everybody. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a responsibility to take care of my family first. Just like any sane human being would do. And I'm a man. I'm a strong man. So I recognize that first thing I have to do is take care of my family. Now, I'm also an intelligent man, and I recognize that my family extends beyond my immediate family, my wife, my children, uncles, aunts, cousins, grandparents, mother, father, sister, brother. That is your immediate family. But no, I have other people around me that I love. And now, again, I told you, there's a person I'm talking about, Brother Grandmaster Jay. See, intelligent man, smart man, he understood, well, his family extends beyond his immediate family. And he sought to include everyone in that family. But there are people out there who don't look like you and me. When they think of family, they think of the roles of certain family members, and they place others in a position beneath them. And when they place people in those positions beneath them, they also decide that perhaps those people aren't worthy of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So this brother, being an intelligent man of great character, decided to run for president so that he could help all people. So that if you are an individual, you could have a kind of a barrier of strength around you, a barrier of people all working together to protect each one of us together. He tried to do that. But like all of us going through this journey of life, he recognized that I'm trying to do it from within the system of the W's, and wow, no matter what I do, I can't seem to make any headway. I can't seem to help. Now, many of us find that out. Some of us find that out, and we have enough strength and courage to say, well, okay, well, that didn't work. It's obviously not working. I'm trying to work with these people, but over and over again, no matter what I do, I can't seem to help the people. So let's say you good brother Grandmaster Jay, and so you organize yourself. You do remember Malcolm X told us we have to organize ourselves. Huey P. Newton, he told us you have to organize yourselves. John Henry Clark told us you have to organize yourself. Martin Luther King Told you have to organize yourselves. Malcolm X, he told us you have to organize yourself. All of the leaders, Marcus Garvey, he told us we had to organize ourselves. Kwame Ture, he told us we have to organize ourselves. If you want to see something happen that's good for your people, you have to do that. Now, good brother Grandmaster Jay, being a loving, kind man that he is, being an honorable and strong and man of courage, tried to do that and unite everybody. He saw it didn't work, so he's an intelligent brother. He said, well, okay, that's not working and my people are dying. We can't refute the reality of that. My people are dying. You saw it. Little boy, 17-year-old, and we can't forget about these things. He goes out, goes around, go down, the man come there, grown man, boy walking, he running for his life. You heard the video. I'm talking about Trayvon. Trayvon was, you know who I'm talking about. I think it's Trayvon Martin. Whatever his name, you know who I'm talking about, because it's one story after another. The brother goes and so you see that, you watch that. Real men can't watch that happen to their children. Remember, all the black children, the African children, all over the world, they're my children. They're your children. Grandmaster Jay, being a great man, sees this and says, no, we got to do something about this. We got to organize. He didn't say go out and, we can raise havoc. And he didn't do that. He said we're going to organize like all sane people. And then he did that. That's what he did. So the people coming together. Now, at this point, he had military service. He's a father. He worked as a minister trying to help people. Then, he had to organize. He tried to run for president, tried to do that, a politician, a government official, fighting on behalf of all people, participated in different rallies. Look at the video. Trying to unite people under a cause of goodness and righteousness. Now, do you think a person doing all of that, something I didn't do, you didn't do it, nobody else did it. A person doing all that and you want to besmirch his character. You want to say bad things about him? Not about what he's doing. You're supposed to be getting behind a brother, supporting him, but you didn't do it. Now, I'm talking to the people who said bad things about this brother. Now he did something many of us couldn't do. See, there's a little bit of coward in everybody. But how you deal with that fear, that's the courage. That's the nobility. Now, them brothers in Nfac and Grandmaster Jay, they knew what to do with that little bit of cowardice, that fear. They had enough courage to put that behind them because of the greater good. They didn't just sit back and run their mouths. They didn't do that. He organized them. Still not causing any problem, but organized them. And then they acted. You go look through some of my videos so you can understand. You can run your mouth, you can talk, and you can do all that all you want to, but if you're not doing any action, you're not helping any people. Well, he did it. And he knew the consequences before he did, just like all of them brothers. Amos Wilson told us we got to organize. Okay? Destruction of Black Civilization, read the book. The brother in the book, Chancellor Williams, told us we have to organize. So everybody's telling us. Patrice Lumumba, he organized. You understand? Thomas, I think Sankara, he organized. And if I get the names wrong, that's not the point. The point is to organize. And this brother, he organized. I'm talking about our good brother Grandmaster Jay. He organized. Now, when he organized, see, that's a problem for some people. Even our own people. There's a couple of you brothers out there. You got famous, some notoriety. put some information out, and it was good. But to come against this brother, let me tell you something. History is good. But like Amos Wilson said, if the history is just there for feel-good purposes, it's not helping nobody. It's not enough. We can feel good all day and a man come and blow your brains out while you're feeling good. No, like Malcolm said, you're going to have to organize. Let me tell you something. It's a quote that's pretty famous to me. Something, and here's why it's important now. Now, Brother Grandmaster Jay is a living part of history today. We don't have to wait until all of our great people are gone before we give honor and tribute to them and their efforts and what they've done for us. And this is what I'm saying to you. You people, not the ones who said bad things about him. No, not that. And you guys look him up. GMJ, Grandmaster J, John Fitzgerald Johnson. Look him up. Because what he did and what he is doing is a blueprint. He didn't break any laws. He didn't do that. And we can already talk about that. And again, I want to be clear. I don't want you guys to miss the point. At this point in this conversation, I'm talking to you about these people who ran their mouth about this brother saying bad things. Stop running your mouth. If you're going to do something now because you ran your mouth back then, why are you not getting out in front of the public, telling the public people, hey, look, I made a mistake and I'm deeply sorry. I was wrong. That brother committed his life to us. And for me too, even though he knew that I was a clown and I was saying bad things, he still had enough courage and character to do what he did, even knowing that it's going to benefit the people who were talking mess about him. He still stepped up front. For you people who were talking bad about him, your children, your children's children, he still stepped up there in front and put his life on the line for you. You owe that man an apology, and I expect to hear and to see some YouTube videos where you get up there and you say, hey, look, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't know any better. Forgive me, and anything I can do to help you, let me know. But you don't want to do that, do you? You don't want to do that because you don't have the courage to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. So I'm done with you. I don't want to, if I will address it. If I hear something about it, I will address it. But remember, that's a man. That's a man with courage, intellect, and character, and honor, and dignity, who put his life on the line for you, your children, your family. You owe that man an apology. I expect that you're going to tell him. That's if you got courage. Stand up before the people and tell him. Now, let me just add this other part, because those of you I told you to look up and find out who his brother is. He's a leader. He's leading men and women with courage. NFAC, look them up. These are just regular mothers and fathers just like me and you. We all were little kids at one point. Little kids. But look him up. So you have this situation, because I told you in the last video that the brother is unfortunately, he's serving time in a federal penitentiary. He didn't break any laws. And I'm going to explain this to you, because I never addressed it before, but I want you to understand it. Every time this brother went and did an event, he followed and obeyed every law. He contacted the people before he came and let them know, I'm coming. We have a legal right to do this. I'm coming. We're going to walk down the street. We're not going to bother nobody. Not going to bother nobody. But that is a clear indication of his willingness, his intellect, and his willingness to organize, not put anybody in danger, both NFAC members and people who were just there, the citizenry, and to communicate with the authorities in such a way that lets them know, hey, we mean you no harm. We're following the rules in the way that You told us they should be done. And that's what he did. But now here we go. Here's where the W's, being W's, do what they do. All right, so you come together, you organize legally, you notify people ahead of time legally, you get the proper paperwork, proper permits, all you do that legally, so everybody knows your intention is good. Then you get to a spot and the people tell you that you allegedly, and I'll still say allegedly, I don't care what they put in court, I don't care what they say, all that's a bunch of foolishness. It's theatrical, it's political theater. But allegedly, oh, he did this, he pointed a gun over here and all, allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly because he didn't do it, he didn't break any laws. But now, if you look at these people, and I have to tell you, because you need to do your own, you have to open your mind, do your own individual thinking and reasoning. Don't let nobody reason for you. You have common sense, use it. So the brother finishes with the affair, the event, the coming together, the formation. The people come up to him. Hey man, look, you did a great job. People, now I'm paraphrasing, I'm adding this because this is the general situation. You can see it, it's on video. Hey man, thanks. You guys came out, there were no problems. It was a very, very well organized event. There were no problems. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, good job. Hey man, thank you. Okay, cool, brother. Thank you. All right. They hug. I'm talking about the authorities. The authorities. The authorities. Police. Chief, whatever. Do you understand? So clearly, I mean, use your own reason and common sense. Clearly, if there was an issue, wanton endangerment, if there was an issue, if somebody was doing something to harm me, I'm no braver than anybody else. But once you do something to harm me, you point a weapon at me, I'm not coming to hug you. I'm not going to embrace you. I'm going to stay away from you. And I'm not staying away from you out of fear. I'm staying away from you because you might make me harm you in self-defense. Because I don't know what you're going to do. You point a gun at me. But if I had no concern about you harming me at all, I'm going to embrace you with all open arms and goodwill. And this is what took place. Okay? And this is clear. It's video evidence. Just like you said, we got the video evidence or something else. Come on. I don't have time for the nonsense, and neither should you. You got to use your mind. I just told you, all those people I told you who said we have to organize, don't you know they were all arrested, murdered, and killed? Why? Because they said we have to organize. They stood up for their people. And the W's who don't like that, they said, well, hey, listen, this is a problem. This person is saying for black people to unite, and we know if they unite, they could have some success in areas of economics, social areas, and politics, and also in military protection. Yes, in defense. Now listen carefully. Most people, most countries, they have a department called defense. Defense. We're not offensive. Defensive. We're never going to attack you. Nope, not going to do that. We're defense. Now, that's a good concept that says we're not violent people. If you don't mess with me, I'm not going to mess with you. Because I don't need offense. Like, I'm not going to bother anybody. I'm not attacking anybody. But that's what he did. He didn't do that. Now, why am I telling you this? Remember, I just told you they hugged. This is the end. They hugged, right? Now, we have a couple of people that our good brother, Grandmaster Jay, that he stood up for. Look, please, look the man up so that you know what he did for you and your family. We haven't had a man come in front of us to do this. Wow, it's been a while, man. I mean, some people say Nat Turner was a terrorist. You know, uh, he wasn't no terrorist. No, he wasn't a terrorist. He was a man in his right mind. He was sane. He was trying to free himself and his people. People that look like you and me. He wasn't a terrorist. He was a hero in history. He was a hero. Of course, for some people, because he was going against their wishes, what they desired, then they would label him as something else. A terrorist hero. No, no, he's a man in his right mind. I'm saying that to say to you, Grandmaster Jay is a man in his right mind. He's an intelligent, caring, loving human being who loves his people. People that look like you and me and people that look like him. And so he spoke on our behalf to these people who don't really like that. And as a result of that, they acted against him. Now these are the facts. It's not me saying, look it up for yourself. They know. So this is what he did. So he spoke up on behalf of, the people. The brother, our young brother, 19 years old. Every time I think about it, it crushes me. Jogging down the street. People chase him down and kill him. These are real things. We can't make nice and make them go away. They're real. That brother's never coming back. Trayvon Martin, he's never coming back. Brother George Floyd, he never coming back. Breonna Taylor, all the way back down to, what's the young brother? That young brother, anyway, he's a young brother. He's very young, and they killed him, put him in the water, drowned him many, many years ago. His mother, his face was so deformed. Y'all look him up, you'll find out who I'm talking about. His face was so deformed, she put the casket out for the world to see. Okay? All I'm saying to you is Grandmaster Jay stood up and said, this has got to stop. It's got to stop. And he was willing to organize people to make a visual appearance. That's all. And quite frankly, all of you, please understand. What does a rattlesnake do? Do you know what a rattlesnake does if you come too close to a rattlesnake? Do you remember that rattle? It's letting you know, hey, danger. Stop what you're doing. You're getting too close to me. Stop what you're doing. I'm not going to bother you. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not bothering you. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. Don't come near me. That's just a warning. No violence. Now, I'm telling you that so you can understand the context. The very brother and group that he was talking about, they shot that girl through the window. Shot through the door. Shot through the walls. Whatever. And it's so many of them. But this wonderful, beautiful human being, Breonna Taylor, don't come talking to me about things they do in their life. I don't want to hear it. It's not necessary. What people do in their lives, leave people alone. They're not bothering you. But you came and you shot recklessly. Now, wanton endangerment. That's what they call it. I call it something else. Something similar to terror. Terrorists. That's what it is. They come. They say, oh, we got to make it good. We got to charge. But our brother who never fired a shot, never fired a shot, and then you wanna put him away? You want to put him away? Never endangered anybody. Communicated with you about what he was doing, made sure, and told you openly on many programs, hey, look, You're not breaking no laws. So all of you brothers and sisters who ran your mouth about this brother, you couldn't fix your mouth to say anything positive while he was out here helping people, looking after you and your children and our people. You couldn't fix your mouth to say nothing positive. Apologize to that man. And apologize to all those brothers and sisters that stood with that man and walked down that street courageously. Heroes. Apologize to those people. And let me do one better. I know you're not going to do it because you're a coward. You don't have it in you. You don't have it in you. So I'm going to do it for you. Grandmaster Jay, thank you. Nfac, thank you. Thank you for being strong men and women and showing our generations, our little babies and our little boys. I know I made my kids saw. And I showed them. And I tell them. So they grow up with dignity and honor and courage. On behalf of all of those brothers and sisters who, and they don't have enough courage, I'm apologizing to you for them. And all the rest of you brothers, the brothers who are still there, who fought in the 60s, and the brothers who fought in the 50s, and the brothers who brought in the 40s, any one of y'all, I'm apologizing to you for all of us who didn't know what our responsibility was. I recognize that I'm apologizing to any of these people who ran their mouth and couldn't say anything positive about you. They said the same thing about Malcolm and Martin. So, salute you, brother. Salute you. Salute you. Now, I'm going to have to kind of wrap this up, but I just want to make sure you understand. John Fitzgerald Johnson, Grandmaster Jay, organized, no harm, didn't bother anybody. He didn't run up to the state capitol talking about he was going to kidnap the governor. He didn't do that. Nothing like that. Nfac, they never did anything like that. They just walked down the street. That's all. Didn't storm the White House, jumping fences, breaking down doors, which, let me tell you, I got to tell you, it's the most amazing thing in the world. Just now I saw a video where for the people in Palestine, so they marched on Washington, and they were able, I really want you guys to understand what's happening. This is why our brothers in jail, you got this lady sitting there with a blindfold, holding two things. Oh, it's equal justice. It's mama justice, and she can weigh the justice. She's fair. She got her blinders on. She doesn't make any choice. No, it ain't no blind justice. It's never been that in America. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you something. I'm not really sorry, but I am sorry. I wish I could tell you something different, but it's just not true. These people were able to get close enough to the White House gate that they say they put red paint on the walls. Fingerprints. How could they get that close? When at the same time the FBI director is announcing that, oh, we've seen some reports and our intel tells us that, there could be an attack on our land. Yet these people were able to get that close. The other people before them were able to come all the way in with their guns, and the people were running. Oh my God, they're gonna get us, and we'll. Grandmaster Jay and Nfac, they never did anything like that, but you locked this brother up for 7 years, and you want to come and say that, oh, we're supporting of black people. See, look, we have a black Secretary of State. We have a black Secretary of Defense. We have a black spokesperson for the president. Do you understand? Political theater. While all that's happening around you, is totally contrary to what is being said about the values that are possessed. Okay? So look this brother up, learn about this brother. Because you guys ask me in my messages, well, who is this guy? I'll look him up. I'm telling you now. He organized himself. So he organized a bunch of people called NFAC. They walked down the street, really, just a show. And when I mean a show, I don't mean like a political theater show. No, I'm saying a show of organization and unity to black people so that black people can understand that we do have a foundation and a basis by which we can come together and unite and work together to solve some of our problems, some of which are people killing black people. Now, I just I had to come before you and tell you just the truth. I hadn't talked about any of this stuff to this extent. If you look through the videos, you'll see that. But it's a different day. And we have to understand as men, we're supposed to lead by example. And that's what Grandmaster Jay and NFAC did. They left an example for our children, our young boys, so our young boys don't grow up thinking that, you know, that, you know, not having any courage is an appropriate way to act. All right. So look him up, Grandmaster Jay, NFAC, and all those brothers. And the brothers before them, it gives us a reason to look up history. Look up the Black Panther family, Hugh and P. Newton, ministers of, I think it's deacons of defense, and there's a host of others. And if I'm leaving them out, please, brothers and sisters, realize, and the brothers and sisters of the family members of those people who stood up, it's simply I'm learning too. I'm going through a process, which we all should be doing, of trying to learn about our people and learn who our people were. Okay? All right. So, listen. Grandmaster Jay, NFAC, and all the brothers and sisters who stood up with courage to protect our children. Job well done. Job well done. I'm sorry for all you people who don't understand. But there comes a point in life when you recognize that, as our good American history has taught us, all of the people who seek liberty and justice for all are heroes. Grandmaster Jay is one of those heroes. He grew up getting all of that same information that you got and that I got, but he and the people in FAC, they had the courage, the honor, and dignity to organize themselves to show us what we can do together, not breaking any laws, and how we can organize to protect ourselves. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So again, brother, thank you. Everybody, look, I'm gonna have to get off here. I talked much longer than what I wanted to. I had to address that because it's been about a year, I think, since our brother has been away, and we have to support him. We can go to a few websites, and you're gonna have to forgive me. I don't have them in front of me, but I'll tell you where you can go. There's a YouTube channel, Mike and Jazz. They have great information. Go there, look at their site, see their information, and they can give you the full details on how to support our brother Grandmaster Jay and FAC and the cause. Othal Wallace, love you, brother. I'm sorry that situation happened. Look him up, support that brother too, because there are people out here who, you know, as all men in their right natural mind would do, they're fighting on our behalf. Okay, and then my girl, I love her, K Money. I just can't say enough about this lady and her support. It's unwavering. She's one of the most courageous people that I've come to meet in my life. So, K Money Spoken Words. Look at her. Look at her site, YouTube channel, and there on many of the videos that post the information. I'm going to do another video where I specifically point you to those areas. I'm going to do another video soon. I wrote a letter on behalf of this brother. We are asking that his sentence be commuted. I think we're still in that phase. I'll check the site to make sure. But even if we're not, write everybody. You know, follow, of course, the guidelines that GMJ sets for us in terms of what's appropriate to write. Be kind, be good. Don't do anything that would jeopardize this brother's situation in his case. So make sure that when you write, you're diplomatic and that you just generally ask that his sentence be commuted, because it's a good brother. Okay, so again, Mike and Jazz, great job, and everybody go support them. Even donate to them, help keep them going. K Money, K Money Spoken Words. Go to her site, donate to her. Help these people so that they can continue to do the good things that they do. Okay, all right, everybody. I'll be doing some other videos soon. Hey, I love you. It's been a long journey, and I'm happy to be back, and look forward to seeing and meeting all of you one day. And for all of us, remember, we're one big family. Even for those of us who don't know that we're family, it's kind of like, when sometimes in life, two people get together and they're fond of each other, and they do that thing that brings about a human being in the world, but they keep it a secret. Yeah, and then later you find out we're still part of the family. We gotta love them either way. I know I had that in my family. So listen, y'all, I love you all, and it's been a real great pleasure to interact with all of you. And I read your comments. Thanks so much. You've inspired me, and K Money and family. Every time I see your videos and I read your text messages, man, it inspires me. All right, y'all. I love you all. Remember, uhuru, uhuru, uhuru.